Why is age better than youth? Well, before I answer the question, I need to acknowledge the obvious truth that we live in a time and in a culture that takes the exact opposite view. You can tell what a given person or a group of people or a culture values most by what they spend their time and energy and money on. And I would argue that in our culture, so much time, money, and energy is spent on pursuing youth, or at least the appearance of youth. Every now and again, I'm, what's the word for it? Like watching a car wreck. I'll Google the horror pictures of people who've gotten themselves Botoxed into a spot where they don't look so good. And I think, wow, what would drive someone to do this? Why would anybody risk this knowing that this can happen? Well, the answer is because they think it'll help them look young. Well, the Bible takes a different perspective. The Bible says that there's glory in gray hairs. Now, the few hairs that I have are gray, and I'd rather have a lot of hair than a little hair. So I'm not at all immune to this temptation to want to be younger than I am. But one of the things that should come with age is learning the foolishness of thinking that aging is a bad thing. Aging is instead, supposedly, or should be, growing in wisdom. When I look at all the panic out there, all the fear, and I think, did you not live through all that I've lived through? How do you not know that so many of our fears are just borrowing trouble? That's something you learn with age, that not every bump in the night is a ghosty or a ghoulie. That not every bump in a road is the end of your life. What you get with age is perspective, and perspective that you can get no other way. What do you get with youth? Well, you get a lot fewer aches and pains. I'll admit that. I'll admit that getting up and getting down are not as easy as they once were for me. You get, and when you're younger, typically you have fewer responsibilities. But again, being healthy and looking young doesn't change the number of responsibilities that you have. In fact, it can create more responsibilities if you got to sort of keep up appearances. But there's real pain and illness and hardship that comes with growing old. But there's also real foolishness. Real, what's the word for it? Uncertainty and insecurity that comes with youth. We have come through one of the most difficult years in my memory. And so far, God willing, my memory has not been decaying, even though I've got more to remember as I get older each year. It's been a tough year. But it's been a good year. And I have so many things to be thankful for, things that I would miss if I were younger. Things that I failed to appreciate when I was younger that I can still enjoy. Now, friends, I often comfort myself when I'm falling into this fear of aging paradigm. I remind myself of this, that every one of us is growing older at the same speed. Every single time the earth takes a trip around the sun, every one of us grows a year older, whether we started the year at 10 or whether we started the year at 100. So we need to not be afraid. We need to give thanks for every season that God puts us in. There are blessings, there are hardships. But whatever age we are, we are in God's good hands.